taking my setbacks and turning them into greenbacks. And so he said, well, what are you doing? And I said, well, where did you get all this stuff? And he said, well, I go through all my entrepreneurial files. And he said, and so what are you telling people, and where did you get it? And I said, I went through my entrepreneurial kitchen, and I opened the drawers, and I pulled out my Glad wrap, and I'm looking at the package, and I'm going, it's a lesson for life, just right here on this package, because it tells us to stay fresh, tells us to hang tough. We can see through it. We're transparent. We're honest. All of those things. And so it just sort of naturally led me to the Glad wrap. So that's when I wrote the Glad wrap. So that's what Sharon had asked me to do for you today. In being thankful, being positive, staying glad about life and what happens to us. And I'm going to need your help a little bit, because remember, a rap has to have a beat, so you're going to be snapping. I can't do two things at the same time, so that's why I have to have you help, okay? And at the end, I've got 3 verses. There are 6 lines. You're going to provide the 7th line, okay? Very easy. You'll catch on right away. Be glad, be glad, be glad, be glad, be glad. You think you can do it? Be glad, be glad, be glad, be glad. Okay, now, after the 3rd one, oh gosh, I got to talk in rhythm now. I might have to stop. But at the end of the 3rd verse, we're going to do be glad. Be glad. Okay, and then we're going to do give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. And I believe it'll all work together. Okay, so we're ready to get that rhythm going? Okay, we got to start again. How'd it go? Be glad, be glad, be glad, be glad. It's making the most of what you've got, being Pollyanna, almost nonstop. In the midst of desperation, looking to God for inspiration. We all have our gifts, not just one, and every ugly duckling is a swan. So be glad, be glad, be glad, be glad, be glad. God made a funny world. He loves to laugh, find joy in the mirror. Your face is no gaff. He made chocolate and menopause, dysfunctional families, dirty paws, in-laws. He formed strange creatures and a devil's trap of sin, cause another laughing matter. He also made men, so be glad. Be glad. Be glad, be glad, be glad. Be easy and fresh, transparent and tough, flexible, tightly sealed, a little room for fluff. Create your own world, get out of the mire. Living in harmony is God's desire. Encourage those who have lost their way. Just give them a little chocolate, because it is the Lord's day. And be glad, be glad, be glad, be glad, be glad. Rejoice and give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. Woo! That's the Glad Rap.